Hello and thank you for joining me. This is Freewill Tarot. My name is Harmony, and this reading is going to be for the sign of Leo. Hello, Leo, and thank you for joining me. I start out doing my readings by giving you a couple of messages that Spirit wants you to hear at this time. Let me straighten that one up. And then we'll go ahead and get into the tarot portion of your reading. So with that being said, Leo, let's go ahead and get started with some of the messages Spirit wants you to hear. You guys pulled the Rest and Rejuvenation card here, okay? So Spirit is calling on you to kind of take a step back, to kind of, relax, rest, hear your thoughts and your inner self a little bit more than just going out here and running and taking charge or, moving real quickly or taking action in a certain direction in your life at this time. They're calling you to take a step back, to meditate, to reflect, to kind of get inner wisdom and guidance at this time here. Okay, so a lot of you could have been really busy. You maybe had, a lot of things going on in your life, maybe a lot of plans, a lot of things that you've been trying to achieve or accomplish. And you might have been hitting some brick walls with some of these things that maybe shaking a little bit of your faith at this time, whether it's projects, career, finances, relationships. So with the Rest and Rejuvenation card, Spirit is calling on you to kind of take a pause or a step back to kind of get more clarity into the whole situation and to know what it is that you need to do moving forward here, instead of just taking action. So when we're just always leaving ourselves up to always, prowling away, should I say, just moving forward without giving it a whole lot of thought, we make a decision and we just go. Spirit is saying, wait a minute. It's fine that you want to take action. That's great. But you need to be clear about the actions that you are taking. Okay? And I say it because a lot of you also got the conviction card here. Okay? So I'm going to read this to you as well. So in this reading that I'm noticing, it's a big call for a lot of you Leos to kind of wait on really charging ahead on something here, right? It's not saying not to, but they're trying to align with you, right? And instead of you doing it all on yourself here. So the conviction card, it says, unshakable belief in your truth fuels your manifestation. Stand firm in your vision, affirm and desires your confidence. Speak and act as if your goal is already yours. So they want seeing is believing, right? So they're saying to believe in it, even though you maybe not have experienced it yet, Leo. So hold on to your convictions. So they want you to kind of go through life right now instead of basically have an unshakable faith in what it is that you can do and achieve. And a good number of you Leos are very well equipped to do that. For those of you who haven't, for those of you who have had some experiences that have shaken you to a certain degree, where you maybe lost a little bit of your faith in something, maybe you start to doubt yourself, they're telling you to remain in your convictions here, okay? You also got with that is to hold space. So again, I really feel like if you, let's say you guys are trying to start something, a project, or you're really trying to make plans to get something off the ground. It doesn't have to be a project, but anything in your life, and it's kind of not flowing in a certain direction. This is the hold your space card here. So I think what Spirit is trying to tell you is that they're working on the opposite end to bring things in for you on divine timing. That's why they need you to hold your conviction here. They need you to kind of relax, take a deep breath and know that things are unfolding and working out for you. They just need you to stay having faith in the situation that everything is going to unfold for you in divine timing as it should be. They want you to remain open to the direction that they're going to guide you to here also here, okay? They want you to return back to your center, to your core self, to your true self, despite anything that you maybe have faced or any kind of challenges you have faced up to this point here, okay, Leo? Remain open and also remain patient. All right, let's go ahead and get into the tarot portion of your reading. I'm going to start out here with the Eight of Swords, and this is in your recent past here. This is the limitation card. So again, some of you maybe fell with some kind of delays, setbacks, something that made you feel like you were trapped, like you couldn't really move forward or persevere in certain things that you really wanted to do. A lot of times this is illusions also. There's a lot of times this is our telling ourselves that we can't move in a certain direction because we are thinking in a negative mindset, right? That kind of limit us from moving ahead here. So Leo, it says, trapped by negative thoughts. You feel powerless to change your circumstances. So again, just like I was saying, and that's why Spirit is reminding you to hold on to your convictions here. That even though you maybe dealt with some delays or setbacks or some challenges here in your recent past, Spirit is still telling you that things are moving forward and for you to continue to move forward here. I think what they want more than anything is for you to have faith that things are unfolding, even if you are dealing with some kind of setbacks, challenges, or delays. They want you to continue to have faith and move forward in this direction. I just don't think they want you to charge ahead, okay? I think they want you to be in balance and in flow with these things, okay? Because you have the Fool card with that Eight of Swords. So again, they're telling you they want you to move forward here in a brand new beginning, in a brand new path. You have the Fool card here twice here. It is in another deck. So again, it's telling you to move forward here, all right, and start looking and building something new. I think really what they want you to do, Leo, by looking at your reading, is kind of reflect on your life up to this point, or reflect on the situation, whether it is career, relationships, for certain projects you've been working on. This is a time for you to kind of reflect on it and take stock here. That's why they're telling you to take a little break, like a timeout. Again, it's not telling you to stop. It is telling you to kind of rejuvenate, right? To kind of get your mind and your spirit clear before you continue to keep moving forward here, right? Start laying the groundwork here for something new here with the Nine of Pentacles. You guys, you know, you are moving forward here, Leo. So again, if it's some of you out here who have been making plans to do something different in your life, charging ahead, moving forward here, they're basically saying that you are doing that, and they are with you on doing that. I think the big caution here for a good number of you Leos is try not to just like run through anything. Like, just, you know, you're so persistent moving ahead and you're kind of coming into these challenges or roadblocks, and that could be kind of discouraging you. So that's why it's telling you to take a step back and get yourself more balanced and more focused, especially for some of you where this has got something to do with your career, your finances, or projects or side projects and hustles you've been working on here, because that's the Eight of Pentacles here in your future. And with that is the Temperance card. So again, it's calling for you to have balance and balance that energy out. And the best way to do that is kind of to take a step back, or take a pause or a break, catch your breath, and look at things in a bigger perspective, right? And some of the people that some of you could be dealing with here, we have Cancer, we have Taurus, we have Sagittarius here for some of you, we have Gemini here for some of you. And let's see here. That's who I have for some of the players that some of you are dealing with. Again, Spirit is calling on you to kind of withdraw here and see things in a bigger picture. The withdrawal card is talking about superficial connections that no longer fulfill you. Discern who really belongs in your life, Leo. So again, that could be why they're telling you to kind of rest, take a pause, take a step back, look at things from a bigger perspective. Look at everything before you just charge ahead and move forward here. Again, action is happening, things are happening, but for you personally, they need you to look at things and see who belongs in your life, who's really there for you, right? Take a step back and look at everything all around you, right? Have patience too, and also know that Spirit is working things out for you, right? You also have let me see here. You have the Ace of Wands here. I thought you had another ace, but you have this Ace of Wands with the Fool card twice. It's saying that you have passionate new beginnings here, Leo. Brand new starts, new creative projects that some of you could be very passionate about. Some of you could be feeling a lot more passionate, a lot more creativity going on in your life. This could be why Spirit is trying to align you to kind of take a pause so they can also align you to this energy. I do want to caution for some of you, if you have dealt with some kind of, let's say you dealt with people and you're starting to cut people out of your life, or you start, people, places, and things, and you're kind of cutting away here and standing your ground on some things and releasing people out, right? Now, the caution Spirit is saying to you is to be careful with your harshness, Leo, for some of you. Of course, not all of you, but some of you, you know who you are. They're saying that some of you could be a little harsh here. They said harsh words and condescending aura may be alienating those around you. So you could have good people around you, and maybe because you've been disappointed or hurt by certain things or people, you start showing up like that to all people, where you're just so focused on moving forward and doing what you got to do that you start being a little harsh or condescending to other people that are loving towards you, or are there to try to support you or help you. So Spirit wants to caution you on that. So be careful with how you are speaking to certain people in your life at this time, as you do cut through a lot of things, as you do move through a lot of new things. A lot of you are at a crossroads or a decision that you need to make with certain relationships in your life right now. So if it is, let's say, for example, you are getting ready and you are standing your ground, you are cutting people out of your life, Spirit still wants to tell you it's a certain way that you need to go about it instead of being harsh, okay? You can get rid of people or cut people out of your life, but in a balanced and fair way, right? Instead of just being harsh and being kind of cutthroat, right? This is a time for you to heal here. This is a time for you to move forward and to stand ground in your convictions and your beliefs, but in a positive direction. All right? Again, a lot of you are at a crossroads. It says a difficult decision lies ahead, Leo, but neither path offers certainty. So when it comes to a lot of you, in your personal life, where it's decisions you need to make, whether it's career, finances, or relationships, whatever it is that you need to cut out, and that's why you probably need to take a step back and look at the bigger picture here, and realize who belongs in your life and who doesn't, here with the withdrawal card here. And do it in a discerning way, right? Do it where it is, where you're speaking with discernment, not with harshness, okay? Because it is a lot of new things getting ready to happen in your life. I believe a lot of you are the driving force, Leo, behind a lot of these changes happening in your life. It's like you really want to go ahead and see things and people as they are, and get rid of the people that no longer need to be there. But Spirit still wants you to do that in a certain way. So that is probably they're telling you just maybe have some little bit of patience and take a step back and rejuvenate and rest instead of just charging ahead. Because there's some people that do need to stay in your life. There's some people that are there to help you. And there are some people that need to leave. But the only way that you'll know, instead of just cutting everybody out or alienating, I keep hearing the word alienating people out of your life here, Leo, is the way that, you talk to people. So they're trying to tell you to be careful how you talk to people, okay? That is what I have for you. Thank you for being here with me, and bye for now.